Mackenzie Johnston with Cattle News Central, bringing you your February 14th, your Valentine's Day cattle industry headlines. Brought to you by AgRisk Advisors. They provide risk management programs to livestock producers all across the West. Whether you are concerned about price or weather risk, AgRisk Advisors, they are here to help. With current day market fluctuations, there is nothing more important than locking in a price floor on your cattle. So if you would like to learn more about an LRP, go ahead and reach out to an advisor today. Also sponsored by American Beef Producer Magazine. They offer in-depth articles on a wide variety of topics within our industry. They feature award-winning photography and so much more within their publication. If you'd like to check out their most recent edition, their February edition, all you have to do is click on the American Beef Producer Magazine link above in the caption. That will take you over to their Facebook page where you can check that out. American Beef Producer Magazine, guiding beef producers for over 25 years. And finally, Circle 5 Cow School. If you are wanting to learn how to preg check your own cows or start AIing, Circle 5 Cow School is the way to go. Almost every week, they are hosting classes from Texas to Tennessee. If you would like to check out their schedule, head on over to circle5cowschool.com. That is the number 5 in there, or you can go ahead and just give them a follow on Facebook. So on February 9th, the New Mexico Cattle Growers Association, also known as NMCGA, and others filed a complaint in federal district court for New Mexico to stop the U.S. Forest Service from gunning down Astray cattle in the Gila wilderness. NMCGA requested the court enter a restraining order to stop the aerial slaughter, but the court denied that application. Lauren Patterson, president of the cattle organization, said that killing of the cattle by the government, by a government sniper from a helicopter, is inhumane. Cattle will be wounded and suffer, and calves will be left motherless. Patterson went on to say it is appalling and hypocritical that animal rights organizations have not voiced a strong protest and instead supported these actions. The U.S. Forest Service has located 3 separate herds totaling 150 head and intends to shoot all cows, calves, and bulls, leaving their carcasses to rot where they lay. NMCGA does not want the carcasses to be left for wolves, bears, and lions. They worry that the predators will develop a greater taste for beef. The shooting of the cattle occurred on Thursday and Friday of this last week, and it cost taxpayers $40,000. Producers in the area claim that the U.S. Forest Service did not make good faith efforts to gather the cattle. Instead, the agency opted to shoot the cattle in compliance with a settlement agreement with the Center for Biological Diversity, who previously sued the Forest Service for allowing the cattle to hurt the riparian areas in the Gila. Then on Friday, it was reported from the New Mexico Cattle Growers Association that 47 head of cattle were killed on Thursday by the Forest Service sharpshooter operations. Friday's total killing numbers, those had not been released when this report was recorded. It was supposedly observed that none of the cattle had any ear tags or brands, those cattle that were killed. The repercussions of gunning down and leaving cattle carcasses in the Gila wilderness will be felt by the ag community and many New Mexicans for some time, said Bronson Korn, president-elect of NMCGA. He went on to say that instead of being gunned down, those animals could have entered the food chain and been a benefit to many. The overall situation and the waste of protein is saddening. The cattle organization took it upon themselves to figure the waste of these animals based on actual meat prices from mid-level to high-end grocery stores in Santa Fe, New Mexico, which is the capital of that state. So if you figure 200 cattle being killed times 440 pounds, essentially the average weight of consumable beef that will come off of a carcass, that equals 88,000 pounds of beef. Walmart in Santa Fe is currently selling ground beef for $4.48 a pound. So if 200 cattle are killed in the Gila, that is about $394,240 worth of beef if all of those carcasses were processed as just ground beef. The amount of value that is being wasted by gunning down these cattle is notable and incredibly unfortunate when there are so many in our country that are going hungry. It's absolutely ridiculous what is going on down there. Brownfield Ag News has reported that last week, U.S. District Judge Jeffrey White vacated and remanded a previous court decision from November 3rd of 2020 that removed the gray wolf from protections. So the gray wolf is now back on the Endangered Species List. Wisconsin Farm Bureau President Kevin Krentz was incredibly frustrated with this decision. Krentz said that Wisconsin has shown that they can appropriately and effectively manage wolf populations. Wisconsin's wolf population is growing more and more, and livestock are being attacked because of it. Zippy Duvall, the president of the American Farm Bureau Federation, said that management of the species should be overseen by the states. There is no need for wolves to be placed back on the endangered species list since they are now thriving. Caitlin Glover, Executive Director of Natural Resources for NCBA, said that it's disappointing that environmental activism carried more weight in this situation than science. This is just another attempt by activist groups to ignore the facts and rewrite the history of gray wolf recovery here in the United States. And finally, Drovers has reported that according to year-end data released by the USDA and the U.S. Meat Export Federation, U.S. beef exports have exceeded $10 billion in sales for the first time in history. Total beef export volume was 1.44 million metric tons in 2021, up 15% from 2020 and 7% higher than the previous record that was set back in 2018. Export value soared to $10.58 billion, up 38% from 2020, and shattered the previous record by 27%, which was again set in 2018. That is all I have for you guys this morning. I hope you all had a great weekend. Have yourself a wonderful Monday. I'll catch you later.